We are living these experiences where our children are being taken advantage of, where our young men are being forced into criminality, where our politicians are raping our treasury and calling it, and pretending as if they're doing such a good job. How does a $25 million bridge go to $86 million? And nobody can see anything wrong with that. Anybody want to help me with that one? And you wonder why. And so, as our young men are suffering, here's the other part of this. Because we have failed them, and a lot of young men have been failed, young people have failed, some of them are being pressed into believing that their only resolve is being involved in criminality so that they can carry the bag how the politicians who robbing us carry in the bag. How the pastors who robbing us carry in the bag. They're pressed into this thing. Because I had a young man tell me. He had a friend of his who got killed over drugs. His friend was murdered over some drugs that he allegedly had. The drugs was never found. But he and the guy were very close. The police believed that he had the drugs. And he told me those officers would harass him at every opportunity not because they wanted to arrest him, but because they wanted the drugs. They dug up the yard. He said no matter where he went, they would terrorize his life. All because this guy was his friend. He said, Marvin, I don't do drugs. I don't fool with drugs. He said, yeah, this is my friend. But I don't do drugs. I don't fool with drugs. I don't do that kind of thing. He said, but they didn't look at that. They looked at the fact that he and I were good friends, that we were companions. He said, as a matter of fact, I avoided that subject even with my friend. But they didn't look at that. He said that they would harass me at every time. He said I had to leave my house and sleep by my girlfriend's house just to avoid the police harassing me. And he said they would come at all hours. And he said he realized it wasn't just about arrest because they never arrested him at no time. They never took him into custody. They never brought him in and questioned him. They only kept asking him, where is this drugs? Because they wanted this drugs. That's all they wanted. They didn't care about anything else. And so we got to be careful. Shanta, you got some officers who you guys deal with. But I like Shanta. Shanta ain't wasting no time. The other day, when that boy get catch on that video, on that WhatsApp screen, talking them foolishness, Shanta suspend him at speed. She ain't wasting no time. Get him the hell out of there. Alcott Forbes, his name, eh? Shanta ain't wasting no time. Shanta say, hit the road, Jack. Every time he say he threatening to sue her. But Shanta, do your job and operate without shackles. Don't let Anthony Copsroll stop you from doing your job. Because we know what he was there for. We got too much going on in this country. And we got an immigration crisis in this country. And we will accept that. The police in Eleuthera have been tearing up this place. They had an entire law enforcement task force on Eleuthera. You hear me? And these officers brought heat. They were checking businesses. They were checking different work sites. They were checking different establishments, everything. And let me tell you, we had several businesses impacted because in Roxtown, we had one business that lost 4 workers because all of them were immigrants and none of them had their documents. We had another business that was shut down because their license wasn't up to date.